Hey, and welcome to another edition of Cube Spike. Today I'm playing in a cube draft, and because there's not really anything relevant else to play right now, and obviously it's the most fun thing you can do right now. So I'm still not a master of cubing, but I have some dispositions on the format, and one of them is pretty common. That Karn is insane and Planeswalkers are also insane. So Karn is obviously the pick out of this pack. But I guess if I were to table something, I would want it to be Wall of Roots or Noble Hierarch, and that's actually true despite the fact that I picked Karn. But with Karn, that's even more true. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. Um, though I guess not everybody has caught on to how good Green Ramp is yet, so it's possible. And actually, you know what? This is the first time I've even seen this in the cube. So maybe that card might get taken a little higher than other ramp spells. It is actually probably one of the best. Wow. You... Wow. I'm impressed. Um, we got past a Jace, which is really, really unlikely in pack 1. You have to have... I don't know what you have to pass Jace, actually. I'm sure there's something. But I would pick Jace over a lot of cards. In fact, Card might be one of the only ones I pick over Jace, and that's only because it keeps me open, and it fits better into the decks that I like to draft. But Jace here is just amazing for me. And if I want something on the table, it would have to be Fintorn Elder, Oracle. Not too big a fan of Capsize because it's really slow, but it could fit into our deck, so wouldn't mind tabling that. Um, Kaiga. Kaiga's not bad. But I don't think we're going to be short on fatties, so I think I would rather pick a ramp spell here. Well, this is actually one of the best fatties we could have. Um, I think maybe not. There's a lot of fatties, so I think I'll still just pick the Wood Elves. All right, this is not our pack. We have Razormane Masticore and a Miscalculation. Basically, that's it. Not really interested in going into red for Grim Lavamancer. And let's see, how good is this card? It's barely good, just moderately playable. Does it deal damage to? Oh, does it deal damage to players? Nope. I'm gonna go with Miscalculation. I'm actually a pretty big fan of this card. I really like the design of that card. Huh, now we have some actual picks. Bloodbraid Elf, Stunted Growth, Misty Rainforest. Bloodbraid Elf is not going to be that exciting in a ramp deck. And we're playing Miscalculation probably, so there's that too. But with Jace, it's fine. But I think I would rather pick the spell that's automatically good with ramp, and not the one that I have to splash for and then cascade into ramp spells with. So, Stunted Growth. So we got Top, Preordain, Gifts, Awakening Zone, and Wooded Foothills. Out of those, the ones I would pick first would be Top, and I want to say Preordain, but I think Gifts might actually be better. I don't think Gifts is that amazing in this format in general, but in our deck it would be fine. We could pick four bombs, and we could also pick up a regrowth effect. Top in our deck is going to be good because we have a lot of shuffle effects. Preordain. Oh, we're running out of time now. I kind of want to pick the Preordain. That's what I'm inclined to pick. It fits pretty well into a ramp deck. Top does too, but I think a lot of our ramp spells are not going to be shuffle effects, so top loses a bit of value there. Here we have Opt. I'm not a big fan of counter spells, especially in a ramp deck. We're going to be tapping out a lot, probably every turn. So I could pick this to board it, or I could pick Opt. Or there's always Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal's actually probably not that bad in this deck. Like casting turn 2 Jace. Oh yeah, we're running out of time, so that's the pick. I think that'll be fine in this deck. And we finally have Treetop. Nostalgic Dreams, not a big fan of the card. So probably Treetop. And we didn't really see a lot of ramp. We're really hoping one of those tables. That would be a really good sign. Okay, didn't table. So, Apocryphite. Apocryphite is barely playable. And this guy is also barely playable. So I think I'm going to go with Apocryphite. Alright, so we actually have a couple cards we could choose from here. Woodland Cemetery for a splash. Sneak Attack to go a different route entirely. Capsize. Capsize is slow, but it can be pretty effective. And then there's Port. Port is also fine. Oops. I think Capsize is the safe pick here. I think I would pick Port because I don't like Capsize that much. But right now we could use a card like that. And Cryptologist is fine. Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of green. I think it'll probably turn around next pack though. Could be a splash. What? That's very surprising. Good old 15th pick Cabal Coffers. Oops, hit the wrong one. So that's a pretty good sign to be splashing red. Apocryphite is a 4/4 off of Bloodbraid Elf. So maybe just cut Miscalculation. Splash red instead of white. We'll find out in a little while. Ooh, two of the best possible cards I could open. Fellows and Upheaval. And maybe even three of the best cards, Gilded Lotus too. So, that sucks. Kind of. It's possible for Gilded Lotus to table. If I'm drafting with people that don't draft the ramp decks. But considering I didn't see a lot of ramp that pack, it's not likely. But I still have to pick up Evil. There's no choice there. It's just the best thing you can do in a ramp deck. And Raphaelos is also one of the best things you can do in a ramp deck, but I'm really short on green right now, so Upheaval is the standard pick there. And here we have a lot of fatties. Terastodon, Future Sight, Arbor Elf. Those are our choices. Once again, I'm not really afraid that we won't get a fatty, so I'm not afraid of passing this guy. Arbor Elf and Future Sight are both cards that I would pick over it in this situation. And I kind of want the Future Sights, considering the way our draft is going right now, and we're not really that deep into green. Yeah, but at the same time, this could table. I think, that's what I'm gonna rely on. I'm gonna rely on that tabling. And Arbor Elf is not that bad of a pick either, so. Okay, Llanowar Elves, Strangled Geist, Harmonize, Basalt Monolith, and there's always Nicol Bolas. But at this point, I don't think we can play that card. So we still have a lot of options. Basalt Monolith is really good with these two. Llanowar Elves goes well with the Wood Elves we've got, and the Jace. So they both do their own thing. They're both good with different cards. Hmm. Don't actually know which one is better for us. I guess I kind of have to pick the one that's better with upheaval. Yeah, I think I do. Even though I want to pick the elf because it's just faster. I'm hoping we'll still pick up some more ramp spells. So here we have a fire spout. That's really it. And kind of sucks because to splash red for Blood Red Elf and fire spout is really bad because together they suck. Oh, some couple removal spells, a couple really good mono red cards, and then for us we have Elves of Deep Shadow. That's what we want. Um, hmm. Frost Titan, that's fine, actually. Could pick the Overgrown Tomb if the Frost Titan wasn't in the pack. Time Spiral could work in a deck like this. I haven't drafted that yet in a deck like this. And yeah, I'm not really too excited to do that. Though if I was going combo, would definitely be happy to see those in the same pack. I think instead I'll pick the Firebolt and then solidify myself in a red splash. Probably not gonna play that. So just the one dead card off of Bloodbraid, that's not that bad. Actually, I don't have the main deck Fire Spout. It's great against aggro decks, but that's like only half of the format. Maybe even less than half. Yeah, I'd probably board it. Electrolyze. More red cards for me. This is not exactly what I expected from this deck. Like, I'm not seeing anything green. Ah, it did table. Very happy about that. Yeah, I'm not seeing green. I don't know if I should just abandon green, just go blue-red with maybe a green splash for Bloodbraid Elf, and maybe Treetop. Probably not Treetop. Like, I still have Lotus and Monolith for the upheaval and the Karn. I'll lose out on my 1-drops, but like unless I get a lot of green pretty soon, these aren't really gonna be that good. So I'll keep myself open. And actually, if I see a breeding pool or a tropical island, those would be pretty good. That would really help me. Nothing really good here. I mean, Greaves is actually good with Frost Titan, but that's it. That's it, really. So I'm gonna hate draft something. I might draft this guy because I've been passing a lot of good white cards. Somebody's might have an insane white deck, and that guy's really good in that deck. Geist helps my green a little bit. And we see a bunch of unplayables. Any hate drafting to be done? Not really. I guess I'll pick this guy. That's the best hate draft I can come up with. That's actually pretty nice to see that. Gonna hate draft that one. And a green card. Jungle Lion's not very popular because the green aggro deck doesn't really exist. If you're going green, you're going ramp. Generally. Okay, so Search for Tomorrow, Mystic Snake, Woodfall Primus. That's it. Sphere of the Suns, I guess. Deep Analysis. So I think I'll be able to table something out of this pack. It might not be great, like this guy, but it'll be something. And I'm gonna be picking Search for Tomorrow. It's definitely finally solidifies me in green. as a ramp deck, and the Primus is not exactly what I want to be right now. I have enough cards to ramp into. I have 4 of these, so I just need more ramp spells right now. So Chromox, that's a pretty good ramp spell. Overgrown Battlement is actually pretty good as well, and Master the Wild Hunt is also very good. And Master is something in addition to Jace that I could play on turn 3 that's really good. But yeah, Master. I want the Master. I would like to take this a lot, and I think this is actually better than Chromox in my deck. But the Master is really strong. Volcanic Island. It's not actually that important for me. Green Sun Zenith? That is actually really good, I think. I now have a Master, a Wood Elves, Geist, and 1-drop. So yeah, that does a lot for me. And I can also keep picking around it. If I didn't have a splash already, I might go for the Deed. This is another good one for us. So we have a choice between Muldrifter, Paladin Mirror, Trigon Predator, Fertile Ground, and Avenger. Avenger is another really good card to ramp into. Probably one of the best ones we've seen. And we have Green Sun Zenith. So that's the one I really want, I think. I still would really like to have something like this, but this is really good. I think that gives us enough fatties though. Now we want ramp. Ooh, jeez. Kitchen Finks, Pristine Talisman, Regrowth. Man, I don't think I've actually seen Kitchen Finks. I think it's always gone so early that I don't see it. And now I have to make a pretty tough choice about that Kitchen Finks. Like, I have Green Sun Zenith. It's gonna be insane. But I have to pass a ramp spell. Like, I'm okay with passing Regrowth. But I have to pass a ramp spell. This isn't actually one of the good ones, though. It's probably one of the worst ones I could have. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Finks. I'm gonna hope that I get another ramp spell. No ramp yet. Blastoderm's not exactly where I want to be, but nothing else is in this pack at all. If I wanted to hate draft something, it would probably be Slaughter Pact, because that kills all of our goodies. Do I really want Blastoderm? Like, it's just good for attacking, and I'm not really attacking at all. And I have enough cards that I'm just gonna hate draft. Wow, I am supremely happy. I can't believe it. I have to actually make a choice. I mean, I'm going with the Elder, I'm pretty sure. The Cobra is fragile, and I don't have any fetch lands, so it's really not better than an Elder. Taiga. There's a Taiga. I would really like to pick this card to board it, but the Taiga might be too good for me to pass up. It goes with Wood Elves. It lets me play like just one mountain. I guess I'm always playing one mountain, but it just makes the mana so much better. Yeah. Have to pass on Cold-Eyed Selkie for that. So ramp spell didn't table. I wanted the Battlement out of this pack really badly. Instead, I've got Deep Analysis. That's not bad. Birthing Pod. I do actually have a chain here. I go from some 1-drops to Geist, then I go from that to Finks or Wood Elves, then to Master or Bloodbraid. Then I miss my 5. So yeah, I'm not gonna pick it. I was probably never gonna pick it, but I just had to check. Troll Ascetic. It's not bad. It's another Zenith target. Titan is a bit on the expensive side, and we already have a ton of fatties, so go Troll Ascetic. Um, this guy's a fine board card. And regrow tables, awesome. That seems unlikely, but and Glorious Anthem tables. That's got to mean that there's no mono white guy. I don't know if I'm white aggro and I see Glorious Anthem, it's probably gonna be picked any pick after 3 at the latest. It's better than most cards I would expect to see in packs at that point. Maybe just Armageddon. Can't really pass Armageddon. And I suppose you could count on it tabling if it's early enough that you see it. And my friend Blastoderm came back too. And yeah, my pod deck actually shaped out pretty well if I actually had a 5-drop. So this turned out a little less than expected. Certainly not bad, but it's a little too mixy for me. We're mixing a lot of just random green cards with a deck that's supposed to be a ramp deck. Didn't really get as much ramp as I would have liked. I guess I'm just 1 short. Got a lot of man lands. So yeah, I have a ton of playables though, so this could work. Let's see, 3 are lands, 1 is Lotus Petal. That actually doesn't really count as a land. And am I gonna play this card? Well, the best thing I could do with it is play Master on turn 3 or Blood Red Elf on turn 3, but I can do that already, so I'm not gonna play it. Oh, and I missed a land. So let's see. This is technically a creature. Put it right here. Let's see if we can put our ramp in one pile. That's it. That's all we got. So that's 32, but with 4 lands. So how many cuts do I have to make? 3 or 4? Probably 4, because I don't have as much ramp as I would like. So how much removal do we have? We have Fire Spout, Firebolt, Electrolyze. So we have more removal than I'd say we need. We could cut one of those. We have 2 3-draw spells. It's actually also more than I would really need. Actually, you know what? That guy's actually fine in a ramp deck. Is it better than one of our other draw spells? No, I don't think it is. Preordain, Jace, and Deep Analysis are all better, I'd say. For the Apocryphite, that gives us something to block with in the early game. It's something to cascade into. Against decks that aren't aggro, it's bad. So you know what? I think I'm gonna cut that. Oops, that's not the one I want to cut. Neither is that one. Okay, what else? Well, you know what? We barely play any blue now, don't we? That changed pretty fast, apparently. And as such, I think cutting Capsize would be okay. It's still a late game card, but let's Like, we already have plenty of late game cards that are usually going to be better in various matchups, whereas this one's only good in some matchups. So that's going to be the cut, and I'm definitely going to board that in. So where are we now? 15 lands. I think I still want one more. Let's put these out here for a second. Let's go converted mana cost. Yeah, I could probably cut one of the removal spells. Electrolyze is definitely not being cut. Fire Spout. Fire Spout kills some of our guys, but it's also the best card we could have against aggro deck. So I guess Firebolt. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. And we have to play a mountain because we have Secure Tribe Elder. And Search for Tomorrow. So normally with 3 red sources I wouldn't want to play another mountain. Plains. Definitely don't need that plains. 3 islands, not enough. So 4 islands. That would be 10 green sources. That's definitely enough green sources. Is 4 islands enough? We have 2 ways to search. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with one more island. Well, the only early game blue spell we're playing is Preordain, but that helps us find green sources, so one more island I think is good. Yeah, it looks fine to me. I definitely would like to play this, but don't want to play the dead Bloodbraid Elf card. I already have one dead Bloodbraid Elf card. And like it's really not that exciting, this deck anyway, so I guess we have a deck.